Will be a motor corner. That she will be in town because of a distance from Broadway behind motor corner to LRA. You know, it's a very she will not be that punctual on job. So we agreed that she be in town and go to work. Then during the weekend, she bring the children in Broadway. Okay, so my wife on Thursday morning, she left the house by 8:30 to go to work. There was an arrangement between her dad and her that the dad was to use the car to go to Magibi by 11. By 11 a.m., my father-in-law called my wife 2 numbers continuously. There were no response. There were no response up to 2 a.m.
And what hour are we talking about from the morning hour?
We're talking about 8:30 in the morning to 11. I'm talking about Thursday. I'm talking about Thursday.
Okay.
He was to use the car on Thursday by 11 a.m. But by 11 a.m. my father-in-law continuously to call and there was no response until 2 a.m. in the morning. But before that, other family members call, they could not get her. So by 7 p.m. I received a call from my sister-in-law, Gifty Asmah, that we have been calling your wife number since the morning. There have been no response. So there's a need you come. I got on motorbike from Broadway inside Motor Corner and I got to West Point. When I got to West Point, the end of the day we chatted tested. We went to Central, we reported the case to Central. From there we went to the traffic division to find out whether there were any accident. The police told us there were no accident. We went to GFK, we went to all of the hospitals until we entered all of the emergency ward, all of the ward until we checked all of the records. There was nothing there indicating that my wife was neither taken to a hospital. We came home by 2 a.m. in the morning. My sister-in-law died her Lone Star number. When she died the Lone Star number, a stream person answered the call, saying that you will see her tomorrow in the car. So
a male or female?
A male answered the phone saying you will see her tomorrow in the car. From there he cut off the phone. When he cut off, but for me, when I died the number, he don't respond because in her phone is still there my husband, you know, all of the stuff, so he don't respond. So, but when I text the number to somebody else on the call, he says the same thing. So we got in a car, went around, we could not find, you know, where we could not locate my wife. But let me just say, yeah, there are some misinformation and disinformation. People continue to parade the corridor. My wife is somebody with high integrity. So people who parading the corridor and providing misinformation that my wife was involving extramarital affair, I think that is from the belly of the devil. My wife was born in West Point. She's somebody of integrity. She's a leader in the Church of Pentecost. She's the youth leader of our district, and she's also the auditor of Church of Pentecost, Liberia.
They're even saying you were on separation, you and your wife.
Anybody who provides that to say my wife and myself were on separation, that person is a complete liar. That person is demonic.
Have you been able to see the body since she passed?
First of all, they have not even given her a chance to see the body. The very first thing is that when we got the information that my wife's body was in a car on Broad Street, the father and I got there, only to see Simose were already there. LRA Commissioner General were there. The dad and myself pleaded to see my wife's body. He himself wanted to see his daughter's body. They prevented us from seeing the body. Only we went to JFK to even see the body. They prevented my father-in-law and us from seeing the body.
What was the reason given?
They know the reason. They know the reason. They know the reason. Because if somebody, even let's just say most of the time you hear bodies is in the street, it takes about 2 to 3 days before the homicide division of the Liberian National Police go, and why they do that? They do it to allow family member to have access. Yeah, and you talk about somebody with high reputation, somebody who has represented this country. You understand it? With that type of incident, then people tell preventing family members from seeing the body. I think we are highly disappointed as a family.
So what does that reflect to you? Depriving you of seeing your wife's body, being an immediate person to her. Wow, what does that signal to you?
It signal to me that there is a foul play in the death of my wife. And from all indication, the communication that we have, we all know that my wife was not sick. She was not involved in an accident. Only for people to call and say that your wife body is on Broad Street.
But do you know any communication between she and anybody else prior to her death?
Communication in terms of what?
Communication in terms of documentation issue.
No, my wife is very professional when it comes to her office. She don't dare to go about, office matter and just bring office matter to her husband. She's a professional individual. So office matter is handled at the office.
Are you aware that this autopsy was going to be conducted today?
The very first thing is that we demanded as family member, we demanded for an autopsy on the body. We demanded.
Who is doing the autopsy? Do you have your own pathologist or the government is providing this?
From our interaction with the Commissioner General of LRA, Thomas Luna, we were there. He called the pathologist at JFK, who's supposed to perform the autopsy.
What is his name?
I don't really know the doctor, but we were there. He communicated. He put the phone on last week. But that's not because we want to know what really happened. So as a family member, we want to know what really happened. We will not be consented. The manner informed in which we lost somebody who's so dear to us.
So what's the police saying? Has there been any preliminary investigations?
We were called to Central on Saturday. They took down our statements. I think you see now is the police, they are here carrying on their own investigation. So we are going to Central.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
When was the last time I saw my wife? I saw my wife on Sunday. We went to church on Sunday.
Afternoon or evening?
But we went to church in the morning and we spent the whole day together. I just told you because of the distance. Yeah. So those who parading the corridor saying my wife and I were on separation. Maybe I don't really know where they are from. I think they are from different planets.
What's your final statement? What do you have to say? What do you have to tell? Say you are even crying foul.
The only thing there is that we are calling on the Liberian government to investigate this matter, to ensure that justice is served. We need justice as family.
But were you at the police station doing the search of her car?
Yeah, I was there.
Did you see her phone or any other things in the car?
We did not see phone. All what I was said, all the search they done, one thing we were there and they dropped down everything that was in the car. We have copy of it. So there was no phone. But in her bag, they checked the phone.
There was money in the bag?
So they found $20 Liberian in the bag. Sandals or shoes at the back of the car. LRA car, some LRA documents.
But before, prior to her death, did she ever tell you that she had issues with anybody or you or anybody at LRA?
The only thing my wife told me, I can remember, she said that because when she came from the States, on the Washington Fellowship, they promoted her as acting manager for tax services. So there was some probational period of time that she was supposed to perform on the job, and based on her performance, she was to be elevated to her position. And the probation time passed more than 6 months. So normally my wife depends on my, since I lost job, she has been the source of the entire family. She has been everything to us. So normally she buy food stores for the month later. So as for me, I mismanage a lot. So she came home, she said, oh, but you continue to mismanage. You don't know how money business is very difficult. Even at the job site, I said, there are some political games that they are playing. I said, what is it, baby? And she told me that they want to play politics out of the job. After her probation time, if they are not giving her the job, she was still acting in the job as well, acting manager for tax services. She told the pastor about it, we prayed about it. I think that's the only thing she shared with me.
Do you trust the pathology, and are you going to accept?
For me now, I don't. Police is conducting an investigation. We will give them a chance. Let them go ahead with the investigation. We are not here to preempt the outcome of the investigation to say we don't trust or not.
So
but do you think that the crime scene?
Let the police conduct the investigation.
Do you also think that the crime scene was tampered with by joking the car, taking the body to JFK?
But I think you just listen to me. I told you that as a family, we were not certified the manner in which our wife, our daughter, our sister body was discovered in a vehicle. I think we, the family, we were to have access to see what really happened. We just express about the satisfaction as a family.
Your full name, sir?
My name is Sylvester Lama.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's Mr. Lama. husband of the deceased, Gifty Lama, who was found in the vehicle, whose body was found in the vehicle, right? Police John. So the forensic investigation team of the Liberia National Police has arrived already at the Moses Funeral Palace. We are just right outside awaiting the outcome from the tests that will be conducted on the body. For key things that were jolted from Mr. Lama, he says that the manner in which the body were handled, they as a family does not see it to be prudent. They see that there was foul play because they were denied of seeing their doctor as husband and sister body. And also one thing again that he stressed on was they received a call from unknown source, and each time they themselves tried to call the unknown source to tell them that with so and so time definitely you guys going to see your wife or your sister, your daughter body in the car. So you see, these are information that I think the Liberia National Police can carefully look at and just see how best they can launch this investigation to come up with a suitable outcome. Because one thing that Liberians are all glued to is the issue of their Sherman oil cases that have been happening. But let's just join one of our reporters, I. Davis, who will be speaking to us. She was inside quite recently.
Thank you, boss.
So you were there. What you observed?
Well, I observed that what actually going on now is not the autopsy. I think they are going in to do some tests on the body, after which the autopsy will be carried on. But there are a lot of information that are gathered from in there. According to one of the family sources, I gathered that the guy in question, Mr. Albert Peters, was discovered one of his arm is broken.
Okay.
And one of his ear is cut off. Was cut off. So, if, according to the family, that if people claim there was no foul play, as some people are insinuating, why will the guy ear be cut off, or why will his arm be broken?
Okay.
So I think the family they are calling on the police for repeated investigation to establish what really led to the death of these two LRA employees. And as we were here, I also gathered that the police went to search in the lady car. According to one of the family members, also she said that pills, tablet was discovered in the car, and the officers told them that that pill was an alleged sex pill, what people take to have sex, something like that. So they were kind of confused. How can this happen? How can, even if that pill was taken by them, how can it will lead to both of them, the death of both of them? And even going as far that part of the guy's body is cut off. But how yet we will still be here to wait, because they have selected few members from the family to go in there to see the both body. So we will be here to wait on them when they come from there to know what really happened and what information they will be able to share with us.
All right. So was there anything that you observed that probably you didn't mention?
What I observed and what I'm still trying to think on is that why will the people be denied the family from having access to the body since the day the incident happened? You just listen to the husband. He said they appealed to the people to see the body. But instead of the family seeing the body first, Moses was only seen to collect the body. I think that it should have been arranged with the family to determine which one of the funeral home they want to carry the body. But when Or when it discovered, the police don't want to leave it there for 3 days before they can take the body off. But in their case, it was different. So we will keep following to know what really happened. We hope that the police can come up with something as soon as possible.
All right, so that was I Davis for Habiyet. It is Grand Course, and I'm Rufus D. Mova coming to you live from this Moses funeral home. But one thing that we can say for sure is the forensic team of the Liberian National Police is now in there doing the test of the bodies, that's the two bodies, to ascertain as of whether or not of foul play. Perhaps we ask you to keep tuned to Grand Coast, and that we will give you update in relation to anything that's back up. This is Grand Coast, and I'm Rufus D. Mora. Pay you a farewell. Thank you very much.